What's going on, guys, and welcome back to the show. After School with the Lawsons, we're back here tonight with some brand new friends. Well, they're not new friends, but they're my friends and my wife's friends. And we got my wife on the podcast for the first time tonight as well. Yeah. But let me introduce you guys. We got Tyshon Kirkendoll and Miss Breanna Johnson. Breanna. But you can call her Bree. But these are like my family friends that we decided to have on the podcast. So thanks for coming over.
Of course.
You're welcome.
Yeah. So first off, I just want to point out the big purple elephant, or is it called a pink elephant?
No, it's not a color in general. It's the big elephant in the room.
I want to point out the big elephant in the room. It is a color.
No, it's not.
Ty's hat. Let's just go ahead and get that out of the... Let's go ahead and... I wasn't talking about you being the elephant, okay? I was talking about the hat.
Talking about me being the elephant.
Is it cookies? Is it buttons? Pizzas?
No.
A crystal ball?
So there's this wonderful TV show called Dragon Ball Z. And there's a guy named Goku. And this is his grandpa. It's deeper than that, but just
Hold on, the ball is his grandpa?
To a degree. Without us turning into a full anime podcast, his grandpa dies. This is how he thinks his grandpa is, but it's actually not. So we say it's his grandpa. My dreads look bad under this, so I just put a hat on.
Well, you look good to me.
Yeah.
But no, thanks, guys, for coming out. Lots to talk about today. One thing I want to talk about, these guys are doing adoption, and this is new to us. I don't know much about it. But you guys are adopting.
We are fostering.
Fostering.
Adopt.
So
Glorified babysitters.
I guess it's a little different than what's the difference?
Adoption, the kid is becoming yours. So like you're becoming the mother and the father. Fostering is essentially they want to get the kid reestablished with the family so in the meantime when they can't, they stay with us. Forgot to put my phone on mute. But
so are you winning?
Huh?
He's got game bets going right now.
Yes, I actually just won.
Is that the Kevin Hart commercial?
What, my little ding ding?
Yeah.
No.
What?
What? No.
You know what commercial I'm talking about? The Kevin Hart commercial.
No. That is actually when you turn a Game Boy Advance on.
Oh, you know what commercial I'm talking about?
Yeah, sports bets.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. But I'm doing FanDuel. But yes,
it's the same thing.
FanDuel's the Jamie Foxx commercial.
No, that's MGM Bet. I'm doing FanDuel. That's Rob Gronkowski.
Oh yeah, Gronk.
I don't know who that is. So
he's a football player.
Oh, yeah, cool.
This podcast is not sponsored
by the NFL nor Dragon Ball Z.
But pretty much the fostering is like when a kid's in a bad situation with their family, they place them in a different home to kind of reestablish, that bond or that lifestyle with their family to see where it goes and to keep them in a good environment until either they go back or not, right?
Right. So when they're taking out of their family's home, then the biological parents are given a list of tasks that they need to do in order to get their kids back.
Right.
So we provide temporary care until the parents get back on the right track. Reunification is always the goal.
Whoa. What's that word?
Reunification is when the kids go back with their biological parents.
Like reunited.
And it feels so good.
When they go back?
No.
But what? Oh.
So is it for certain that they are going back or no one knows?
No. So, for instance, my little sisters, where this even started because my mom fostered. So they were supposed to go back. Some other things happened. One of my sisters, they found some more stuff going on because of what the mom had done. So quickly they transitioned from fostering, where they were just living with us, to my mom adopting them because they recognized that this wasn't going to change anything. Right. But every situation in fostering, when it starts, it is for that kid to end up back with their family. Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. But you never know how long you're going to have this kid, though, right? No one knows.
No, you can have them for 2 weeks, or you can have them for 6 years. And then if the parents do what they need to do, if it doesn't get to adoption, you can have a kid for 2 years and then that kid go home.
I feel like
now I see why people, I've seen some people that get so attached
Mm.
and they get so upset,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like, well, some people have had these kids for years, and it's like, they become a part of their family, and then all of a sudden, bam.
I feel like
they're
that would be
gone.
hard for me, especially the attachment part.
Yeah.
So what even made you guys decide to start this journey?
So, you got goals in life, right? You have goals to do things, and sometimes just life doesn't allow you to do so. So, I decided that I wanted to get tested on some stuff, and found out that I don't have as many soldiers as everybody else. So, this was a way to guarantee that I could at least help another, family or help another generation of kids. And then if I have my own, I feel like I'd be a better father because of it. Mm-hmm. And like I told the people on the first day of our classes, I'm trying to make a football team, and the fastest way to do it is this way. So,
how many kids can you foster at once?
So you never just get one.
Really? So there's always multiple.
Well, yeah, because our friend, she's has 3 now.
Right.
So, as much as your house can hold.
That's crazy.
So you have, some people like my mom, for instance, 2. They're siblings, so they're always going to match siblings together if they can.
Right.
So like you have siblings, and then you have sometimes you just have like basically almost like an in-house group home where you have 5-6 kids at a time. I'm not trying to get there just because I don't feel like you can give ample amount of time to every single kid, especially when they're going through the traumas that they're going through. So it's like you basically whatever you're comfortable with. But you can have as many as you can honestly afford.
So what happens if that child, just say they're with you for like a year or 2, and they don't want to go back and they want to stay with you guys? I mean, how does that play out?
That's where it's rough because
do they have to send that kid back?
Yeah, they don't. Nobody has any say. So, like for instance, one of the big deals that they were talking about are kids. Like want haircuts and they want to go to church and they want to do this. Well, if their parents say no, there ain't nothing you can do about it.
Hold on, wait. The parents still have a say?
The parents still have legal guardianship. They just can't live with the kid. Well,
go ahead.
They
have legal guardianship over everything. So, like, if their classroom is going on a field trip and the parent doesn't want the kid to go on a field trip, then we can't let.
That's crazy because I mean the kid is getting removed from the house for a reason because of the situation, but you're still able to make decisions. I mean, that blows my mind. That's just crazy.
They use it. They were talking that they use it as ammunition sometimes too. So it's like
the parents.
It's like they don't care if Johnny gets a haircut in their house, but since I'm making the call, they're not okay with it.
Wow.
So that is the biggest thing. That is the biggest issue. But a lot of times these parents want the kids back in the house, so they're a little bit more willing to be like, hey, I'm cooperating. But you get some who are just like, oh, you shouldn't have never took them to begin with. So
yeah, and it's like we have a close friend that is fostering, and she was going to go on a trip to Disney.
Yeah.
And so she had to get permission from the parents of that child. Well, it was 3 of them. She had to get permission. And the mom said, no, absolutely not. You're not taking my child to Disney. I'm going to be the first one to take that. And they probably ain't going to take that kid to Disney.
Yeah. But it's the fact that they don't want to lose that aspect of
and
parenting.
the horrific situation that they were in, and yet they're still still allowing that parent to make that decision. It's mind blowing.
Yeah, that's crazy. So, what's the process? I know. I mean, Bree talks about going to these classes and stuff. So, there's got to be like a list of things you got to do.
There's a list of a lot of things you have to do. We went to a class for 6
I was a
weeks.
co-signer.
You were
You co-signed?
Oh, a reference.
Oh.
Oh yeah, sorry.
I was like, what?
A reference? Yeah, you were a reference, but we had to do an in-person class for 6 weeks, and then we had to have 3 in-home visitations where our caseworker came and
Yeah, but I knew her, so I never took it serious. I sat on the kitchen counter the whole time.
And Bree fell asleep.
What?
I was outside. Okay, so there was a portion where you have to do individual. So like our caseworker would take us one at a time and talk. It was like forever. So I did mine first, and I talked to her. We talked about everything. So then it was Ty's turn. So I go out to the back porch, and it felt really good that day. I prop my legs up. I'm just sitting out there enjoying my time. Next thing I know, he swings open the door. He goes, I knew it. She was asleep the whole time. And my caseworker could see directly out the window.
Oh, she was watching the whole time.
Oh,
Yeah.
my goodness.
The whole time. It was
just like-
hilarious. She was asking me. So you had to do these things, like, you had to do these things where they were asking you a bunch of questions about, like, your childhood or whatever.
Right.
I'm lazy. So she filled out all my paperwork.
Oh, my gosh.
I assumed since my dad didn't live with me, I didn't have to answer any questions about my dad or whatever. And so we're sitting down, and she's asking me all these questions about my dad. And I'm like, I don't know. So she's having to, like, reiterate those questions and make me answer them. So she was outside twice the amount of time that I was outside. Well, I mean, I was playing Fortnite. But,
You just look around.
yep, I started a game, and I got mad. I said, I just started a game when it was my turn. But she was in there for 30 minutes while I was
Right.
playing the game. So that means I was in there for 45 minutes to an hour. And I was like, she's been asleep for a good 40 minutes.
Bree was.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's so funny.
So what do y'all do at these classes?
So they would just do presentations, videos, just talk about different scenarios.
Oh, like maybe something you shouldn't do, what you should do.
Do you feel
Oh,
like
okay.
they like try to scare you out? Like,
First day they do.
really?
Yeah. And
Just to
couple
like
people
make
didn't
sure
come
that there's serious people there,
Yeah.
you know?
We had a full classroom. I would say there was probably like 40 people there. And they were like, just letting you know, you'll never get just one kid. And we came back the next Thursday, and it was knocked down to maybe 15.
Wow.
Watch football 3 times.
That's nuts. So why don't they just do one kid? I mean, what if there's just one kid that doesn't have any siblings?
The
It's very
percentage of, like, the chance that happens is very rare.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know how to say this in a proper way. Most of the time when you have situations like that where you have kids in those situations, those parents are just having one kid.
Right, right.
Because a lot of times when you have people who have these issues, it's, time constraints. I can't get this done because I've got this going on, which
Right.
lets this lapse. Or this kid is, I won't say your favorite, but this kid is doing this. This kid's a little bit, I'm not paying as much attention to him.
Right.
But if you remove one, you remove two. Right. So most of the time that's how it happens is it's these families who have 3, 4, 5 kids already in the house. Something goes bad. You know what I mean?
That's nuts.
And a lot of times, like, say you may get a baby, and you're like, oh, wow, I have one baby. And then 9 months later, your caseworker is calling you, hey, that baby you have now has a sibling.
And they have to go together.
That's
They
what
have to
happened.
go together.
That's
Oh,
what
wow.
happened with Tiff and Tay. Shout out because I'm gonna make them watch this. But that's what happened with them. Tiffany was
These are
born-
your sisters?
Yeah. Tiffany was born, so they were Irish twins. If you know what that means. That means the mom got pregnant while she was already pregnant. So,
What?
Yeah. So you.
That's a possibility?
Yeah. It's very rare. That's why they're called Irish twins. So Tiffany was born. When Tiffany was born, her mom was already pregnant again.
That's
So
crazy.
at that point, nobody knew. But what happened was Tiffany got removed from the house. We won't talk about why. But she got removed from the house. She came to mom, right? Tiffany was born in July. In April, so it's like right at 8 months, right?
Right.
April, my mom gets a call. Tay's born. Tay had 3 little holes in her heart, and she tested positive for things. So then once that happened, they both got pulled. Tiffany was already in mom's house, so you want to keep the siblings together, right?
Right.
So it was like that. So that's typically how it happens, is they want to keep siblings together as much as possible.
So how old were you when your mom brought
Got your
in?
sisters.
So when we started it, I was
Or
17.
how old are they now?
They are 15.
Oh, wow.
15 and 14, about to turn 15. Tay's in ROTC. Tiffany is about to start playing varsity volleyball. So it's like really cool. But no, so I was 17. I was playing football. And my mom got this. I'll tell you the whole story. So my mom got this little girl. Her name was Sydney, right? Sydney was another thing you'll learn about fostering is the kids that they tell you you're going to get, 9 times out of 10 aren't the kids that come into your house because they don't have this information. So Sydney was a little African-American baby. Mm-hmm. She came in blonde hair, blue eyes. Came into the house, blonde hair, blue eyes. Absolutely fell in love with Sydney. I was a big brother, you know what I'm saying? Da-da-da-da-da. Sydney was gone in 2 weeks.
Wow.
She was gone in 2 weeks. I was like, never again. Mama, nope, don't you do it. You better not bring another kid in here unless they're staying. So we got Demi and Devon. Love Demi. Devon, I woke up at 3 o'clock in the morning one morning, and he was hitting the bed with a hammer talking about he was making rock music.
Oh, wow. How old was this?
He was 10. I had to share my room at 16 or 17. Was not happy. Kid was going to murder me. But anyway, so they had family in New York.
What was his name?
Devon.
Devon, the bed's already put together.
Golly. He was good kid. Good kid. Absolutely good kid. But
Maybe he was dreaming, like sleepwalking.
Honey, he was making rock music.
with a hammer while I'm asleep.
I mean,
No. I told Mama, I was like, I need a room to myself again. But he had family from New York came down, and they came and got them, right? And I think they're grown now, which is crazy. And then we got them, and I literally told Sarah, who's our worker, I was like, you Army, Navy, whoever, these kids are not leaving this house. Because I thought that's how it worked.
Right.
And I guess I scared it into her, and now I've had them for 16 years, and they're asking for iPhones for Christmas.
oh my god.
So how did it make you feel? So how old were you when they came in?
I was 17.
And you were living at home at the time?
Yeah.
So how did that make you feel? Like, were you excited about it? Was you like, oh, mom's going to be loving these other kids? You know what I mean? Like, how do you take that, and how could you help someone that's watching prepare for that?
So my mom was a single parent whole life. So at that point, I had already seen she was strong enough for that. And I could also tell she was getting empty nest syndrome. So then at that point, I was really supportive of it. I didn't understand at first. At 17, I had the mindset that a lot of adults have about it now. There's some extra money coming in. Like, because as much as that's a problem, it's like people think that it's just free money, and it's not. But I was like, Mom was talking to me. She was like, hey, this is how we got to do this, da-da-da-da. I'm like, yeah, there's some extra money. So I was excited about that until they came into the house. And then once they came into the house, I was gung-ho. Those are, they're my sisters, da-da-da-da-da.
Right.
Like, I would always ask my mom, I'm like, are you going to tell them if they're adopted or not? Because you
Right.
don't have to. Tay used to watch football with me. And like stuff like that. So I was really supportive. I turned into a big brother really quick, just because, but
when did has she told them that they're adopted?
oh, absolutely. Oh, they call their, she says, Tiffany calls her bio mom or her biological mama or something like that. Tay calls her by her first name. For the first couple of years, like, they kept in contact, and then they just stopped.
Oh, with their biological
Yeah,
mom.
my mom's really good at that. Like, she wasn't just trying to like take them away
Right.
or whatever. But yeah, they're good now. I make jokes about it all the time. Like, you're adopted, and I'm like, oh, probably shouldn't have did that.
You really are adopted.
But it actually is pretty cool. They got adopted. My birthday is May 14th.
Yeah.
They got adopted May 13th. So
Oh, wow.
essentially, we have like the same birthday.
Are you a Taurus?
Yeah.
Cadence.
No, I'm a Taurus on the line of a Gemini. I like to eat my feelings, but I also have feelings. So
I'm a Gemini.
I'm a Gemini.
yeah, that explains Hobby Lobby for you.
What does that mean?
That means I like to go to Hobby Lobby as long as that means we can stop and get some food. He just likes Hobby Lobby to go to Hobby Lobby.
Yeah. I'm like mad that the wall art isn't on sale. Or,
I know.
The table decor. I feel like the table decor has been on sale for
It's always
the past
on
6
sale.
months.
Is everything on sale in that store?
I mean, usually
they
something
switch
is,
it,
but
like 1 week table decor, 1 week wall decor, 1 week this, and every time we go in there, it's table decor, and it's like we need wall decor. Do you see these walls? They're empty.
I don't need nothing for that. Like our garage is full of table stuff.
Yeah.
Y'all aren't sponsored by Hobby Lobby. Can I go on a little rant? It's not bad, I promise. Can I go on a rant?
Yeah.
Okay, so every time I go in that store, everything she wants is 50% off, 75% off, 25% off. But when I go in there and I want a Dragon Ball Z Bulma plushie, it's full price at $15.
Oh yeah, their
Is that
plushies never go
expensive?
on sale.
Is that-
Excuse me? I don't know how I'm going to pay rent tomorrow. Like,
Because you got the Dragon Ball Z.
Because I got the $30 hat on. But no, like, nothing.
Is that a hat?
It's okay.
It's a bonnet.
Check this out. Here we go.
But you wear it you don't wear it just because it's cool.
No,
You wear it for protection.
This is time for culture with Ty. Told you I was going to get a segment. No, I'm kidding. What it is I have dreads under this, right? So since I have dreads under this and they're sticking up every, type of way.
You got one that was coming out the top on the
I
front.
tucked it. But essentially what this does is it just protects my hair and also, is fashionable for me not to just walk around looking like,
It's definitely making a
Coolio.
fashion statement.
That's fine. I like it.
You look like one of those women that go in the grocery store, like with all them kids. Like, I didn't have time to fix my hair today, but I got my grocery shopping.
And you ain't getting nothing.
That was literally.
But let me get my Pall Malls.
Oh my God. That was literally the point. I was like, okay, I need to, because I normally tied up in a do-rag, which will lay the hair down.
I thought a do-rag does the waves.
Which it does both. It's just compression. That's all waves are. You get it in the thing and then you compress it down. So I'll put a compression thing on here, but I have three bonnets. One's just black, which probably would have been a better choice, and then I have a red like silk boom chef's hat bonnet. And I was like, nah, and I was like,
Do you have the shower bonnet too?
I do. Because I can.
Cadence has a shower bonnet.
Yeah.
Oh, I hate it though because I still feel like my hair gets wet and it doesn't, and it throws me off because I think my hair's wet and I take it off and there's no water. I'm like, what's this sorcery?
She's got one that's probably like 5 foot long for when she's got those box braids and she's got to tuck it all in. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and it's heavy.
Yeah, it really is.
real
It's
heavy.
got a drawstring to it where it just ties them all in.
My only issue with Hobby Lobby is they're not open on Sunday. And neither is Chick-fil-A.
Right?
I think there's a reason for that.
There's a reason.
But it's not a valid reason for me.
But it's still a valid. Still a valid.
It's a valid reason for them.
Just like the reason why Sheldon's,
I'm not saying,
Sheldon's is closed on Sundays.
For what? They're sick people.
Okay, but
Sheldon's is a pharmacy, by the way.
Yeah, but there's
out to
other
Sheldon's.
pharmacies open on that day.
Shout out to any pharmacist.
So why
out
is Sheldon's closed?
Because Sheldon's clearly has a sign in their drive-through window that says we're closed on Sundays to worship the Lord.
there. You can't argue with the Lord.
I mean, yeah, you can't. But if I need my medicine, I'm going to Walgreens.
Let's be completely honest. I've been trying to get Wegovy for like the last 4 weeks. So
What's that? Coffee bean?
Oh, that's the weight loss medicine we were talking about earlier. Yeah, I can't get that, so I don't go.
Where do
to
you
the
get your
pharmacy.
prescriptions?
Northgate Pharmacy.
Well, you just telling everybody
Where is that?
In front of the IGA.
Somebody going to DDoS my house now.
You don't use Sheldon's?
I don't know who Sheldon is.
Sheldon's
We don't
is
have-
wham bam.
There's not one over there.
There's
not one
they
over
are
there.
amazing.
Dude, they're so fast. And like, if your prescription's ready, they'll like teleport it here to you.
They will call me, leave me a voicemail. I mean, everything. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's pretty nice.
And it gets done super quick. Walmart, they'll call. I mean, it'll
be ready in 25 minutes, and you show up 25 minutes. They're like, give us another 30.
Yeah.
They want you to buy stuff.
Well, they
I'm
figured
scared
it
to get
out.
my medicine from Walmart.
We figured out real quick why we don't go to Walmart this past weekend. Not this weekend we're in, but the last weekend.
Why was that?
Because of the kids. They're
Yeah.
crazy.
That's why I do Walmart delivery, Kroger delivery, Target delivery. I do DoorDash. I do Uber Eats. I do all of it.
That doesn't explain the DoorDash and Uber Eats. You can go through the drive-thru, okay?
Looking at all those kids in the car and hearing them yell, she touched me. She's looking out my window. Wah. I'm not dealing with all that.
What? Where? Like walking into the store?
No. Going through the drive-thru.
That's just the drive-thru.
Oh, I got you.
Oh, in the store, it's like they forget how to be normal.
Well, I mean, I do too when I go to Walmart.
They're
I
kicking and
Naruto run all the way
hitting,
through there.
or Cadence is
your
trying to
kids.
trip Eli, or
Yeah.
Eli's trying to, I bet you can't catch me. Eli walks off. Cadence like, I want this. Eli's like, I want that. They're gone. Leighton's screaming. She
Yeah.
wants a cracker or cookie or juice.
They
or
see all the cool new stuff in Walmart, like the new, I don't know, ice cream sandwiches made with 3 different kinds of cookies and layers of fun. And Katie's like, ooh, I want that. She wouldn't eat that if it was here.
No.
I thought y'all were talking about other people's kids at Walmart.
No, we're
No,
talking
those-
about ours. Talking about ours.
That's
Some
why
kid
you
just
do
slammed his head
Walmart
into the
delivery.
PlayStation thing.
So, so how much longer until you guys get kids for,
I
like,
think
what all's left?
she's waiting for her to tell us to come sign the paper. So next week,
Oh, wow.
And
So-
then how long until you get a kid?
the next day probably,
Oh.
Just because they're that, like,
right before Christmas.
So when does it happen? Like they call you and say, hey, I'm bringing so-and-so, like now?
So you know how like my phone just went off a minute ago? It's the exact same way. Like literally they can call you at any point and you've got a certain amount of time to get to the kids. So like it's not like, you know,
And then they just move on to
45
the next
minutes, yeah.
person.
No, it's like you agree. So it's like, okay, we got this kid, they're in daycare, you gotta pick them up by 6:00. So you gotta drop everything to be able to get this kid at 6:00.
Right.
You gotta make sure the room's set up, you gotta make sure you got whatever that kid needs, all that before you pick that kid up.
what if you like,
wow.
what if you're like, I don't want that one. That one's a little short.
Yeah.
You can skip.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. The genetic choosing.
And
Yeah.
they would go to the next person. If we were like, oh,
I was just at like I didn't know if like you roll up and it's like that one's a little too
I'm trying
short.
to build a football team over here, so he's got a valid point.
Yeah.
he could be your kicker.
So what would happen if, just say you got this kid and then you're like, oh man, we're going to have him for Christmas. We're going to get him Christmas gifts or whatever. And then they take him day before Christmas.
Do you-
better get those presents to somebody else? No,
Do you know about
would
how long
probably
you're gonna have them?
no,
No.
no.
Really?
It could be.
No, so whenever they say, okay, we're taking the kid, he's going back home, do they give you a notice? Like, how does that work?
Like you get a notice in the sense of like, okay, most of the time you gotta think we don't interact with the parents outside of organized time, right? Like visits and da 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 da. And we still don't really deal with the parents, right? Unless you're doing like an outside visit. So what'll happen is, you know, Johnny goes to daycare. I pick Johnny up from daycare. So 9 times out of 10, the transition's either going to go through the worker, where we're going to give Johnny back to the worker, and then the worker gives it, you know, back to the parents, or we're going to take Johnny to daycare knowing that we're not picking Johnny up from daycare. It's whatever's least traumatic for the kid. Quick visits, you know, like quick, I don't want to say visits, but like quick, like placement, stuff like that. It's basically, you know, think about it like a sleepover. Like you're coming over and then I'm going to take you back to your worker and you're good. Where it's going to suck is when you have like a kid you've had for 6 months, 8 months, you've established this plan, you've established what you're doing, and then all of a sudden, you know, bye.
What if you pull up and they're like, here's Johnny, but you really don't like the name Johnny. Can you be like, Johnny, you are now Lotus?
No.
I'm calling Johnny Lotus. No, you can't do any. So we don't have any parental rights. We are
What if he wants to change his name while he's there? You just let him?
I mean, what's happening within my
Like,
house?
I want to
is
be
happening.
Spider-Man.
Within my house is within
Then
my
I'm gonna
house.
call him
But
Spider-Man.
when we go
Yeah.
out, but when we go outside or you see your mama, you gonna have to go back. Like they were talking, like the people
Gonna have to go back to Johnny.
The people who sat beside us, they had a kid for like a month, and the kid started calling her mom.
Oh, wow.
She just let it go because these kids are already dealing with traumatic.
Yeah.
That's how our old
Right.
neighbor was. Remember, he was like calling his mom. And
Yeah.
he ended up having to get picked up because he was like running away.
Yeah.
So yeah, and that's how it works though. Is literally what you do, whatever you want to do to keep these kids from having these childhood traumas
Right.
get worse. Right, you got to think about it. And I'm not saying that this is all situations, but you may have a situation where this kid is being abused in so many different ways. He comes to the house and all he wants to do is sit in the room. Well, if that's what's making you comfortable until you're okay, sit in the room. That's cool. I'm not going to tell you can't.
Right.
I don't know why I did that way. But at the same time, you want to establish those boundaries that, hey, like, especially if they're old enough, right? if you have like an infant, 1-2-year-old, cool. Like, just make it fun. You know what I'm saying? You like Mickey Mouse Clubhouse? As long as we don't watch Coco Melon because it gives me a headache, like, we're cool. But if you're like 6, 7, 8, 9 years old, then at that point, hey, you know, what do you like to eat? I'll make sure you eat what you want to eat this whole time that you're here until we know that you're going to be here for a little bit. And then now we need to establish some guidelines.
Right.
That's cool. Well, guys, we're going to be right back. We got to take a quick break. And, so we'll be right back. Welcome back, guys. I told you we'd be back, and we're here. So we're going to continue our conversation. I just don't know where we left off. So, new subject. Where'd y'all meet at? By the way, y'all are really good friends, by the way. New subject. Y'all are really good friends, by the way. We don't have many friends, so we appreciate you guys coming out.
Do they know where we met?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I do.
Where?
Bible camp.
No. Tell them the story, honey boo boo.
You tell them that you're never on the podcast. You tell them the story.
I'm just wore out from today, and why don't we could just go back and forth? So you start, and I'll just chime in.
We met in high school.
Yeah. Go ahead and tell them how, like, the first day.
All right, so hit the mic there.
Because we never got to tell our story on our podcast.
That's true. We never did tell our story. So we met in high school freshman year. We was in ROTC. So my dad signed me up for ROTC. I had no idea. And I was like, I get my what is it? Houston, we have a problem. What is it called?
Your schedule.
Yeah, so they give me my schedule, and I open it, and I'm like, military science 1, military science 2. What is that? So I go to the office. I'm like, I'm not doing that because they come to the school.
Wait a minute. I thought this was like about me and you meeting, not about like, my dad signed me up for ROTC. I didn't know he wanted me to join the military, so on and so forth. Like, this is supposed to be about me and you.
Yeah, this is the build up. So he signs me up for ROTC. Had no idea. Long story short, I didn't want to join ROTC because they wore the green suits and all this stuff. Well, I went to the office and I was like, well, can I change my classes? And they're like, absolutely not. And it was too late. So I'm like, dang. Well, I'm glad I kept that class because then this hot fox walks in. She had a big butt. She was thick at the time. Like, she was a little chubby. I
wasn't chubby freshman year.
You was thicker. You was pretty thick. You was chubby.
I wasn't chubby. I was slim freshman year, and then sophomore year over the summer.
You know, if you lie, you get lie bumps on your tongue.
I'm not lying.
You was, okay, she had wide hips.
Okay.
And she had this belt, this belt buckle. It had bottle tops on it, like with the seat belt in the front. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Did you get it from Rue 21?
No, I got it from Buckle.
But they sell them at Rue 21.
So when they first came out with those things were expensive. That was like $100 belt my mom bought me.
Jeez.
Oh. Well, I couldn't afford that. I was wearing Aeropostale, baby, back when the emblem was the bulldog. What is it now? Aeropostale's not the bulldog anymore. No. It's something different.
You asking the wrong person.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not a 14-year-old girl.
I shopped at Hip Hop Fashions.
Really?
Yes. I had
my gosh.
I had a chain turned my neck green. It was great. And I think I still have the cross somewhere.
That's so funny. But anyways, we met in ROTC. She was walking up obviously I seen her in the class, but she was on crutches and in a boot. I don't know. What happened?
I couldn't tell you.
Did you start freshman year though? Like
with crutches? Yeah.
Yeah. So that had to suck on the first day you're in crutches. Well, she drops her books going up the steps because, like, in the ROTC department, you had to walk down these steps, and then there was the area. So she's trying to get up the stairs, drops her books. So I'm like, ooh, perfect time for me to slide in her DMs, you know?
My God.
So I'm like, hey, I like your belt and your glasses. And, so it was true love at first sight right there.
And then he asked to help me carry my books to class.
Mm-hmm.
And then he was like, oh, your glasses. I like your glasses. You're so cute. And then, I mean, that was pretty much.
Then she fell in love and told her mom she was going to marry Daniel Lawson.
So my mom is so back then, you know how people did like home movies,
Yeah.
like with camcorders and everything.
Oh
my mom has a home movie somewhere. I was 14 and my mom's just asking me different questions. She just randomly says, she's like, who do you want to marry? And I said, I'm going to marry Daniel Lawson. And I was 14 years old. I mean, is that not crazy? That's just wild.
I didn't know who I was going to marry when I was 14. I was running through them. Like, I had a couple girlfriends in high school. You was one of them.
I was one of them. I don't remember any others.
Hey, but she made it through it, baby. We're here today.
Made it through the hard times.
We've been through it, man. For real. It's been a rough journey, and very blessed to be in the position we are and where we've came and grew. Even myself growing as a person, I was in a bad place, I don't know, 10, 11. I mean, everybody makes mistakes, you know what I mean? So I made a mistake probably 11 years, but then I went through some bad stages of life and learned through those lessons. And I feel like I'm way ahead what I thought I would have been now than what I figured I would be.
I mean, even us 5-6 years ago, I mean, we're way further than what I ever thought we would be.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm just talking about me, like, in general, like, as a person, as a being, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Everybody's got a past and everybody makes mistakes. It's what you do with those to, like, persevere. You know what I mean?
The crazy thing is, though, like, we met in high school and we dated, but then we broke up because my dad was in the Army and we were moving away, like, from Kentucky to Texas. So, I mean, I was upset about it. He was upset about it. I'm like, well, we're like 15. This long distance thing isn't going to work. You know, we might not ever see each other again. So we broke up. And then, what was it, like 12, 13 years later?
No, you came to visit.
Well, I came to visit at times. I remember coming back to visit, and I stayed with my friend, and I spent the last day of sophomore year there at school with them, hung out and stuff. And I would come back to visit every now and then. But I think 13 years later, I moved back to Bowling Green. And I posted something on Facebook like, does anybody know where there's a park nearby to where I can take my daughter to play? And apparently he saw it and then invited me out for coffee.
It's like, here's a park right behind my apartment.
And then, I mean, we just been with each other every day since.
Yeah.
Crazy. No, sorry.
She made, no, I made spaghetti.
Yeah.
I make some good spaghetti.
And
I'll tell you a secret recipe.
So, well, no, that wasn't our first date, but the first time, it was like, I think our third date, I brought Cadence over, you made us spaghetti, and then we went and got ice cream at Brewster's. And this is when, I mean, he didn't hardly have a lot of money.
No, I was living check to check.
And
figured out how to buy ice cream that night.
And he bought us ice cream, and I was like, "No, I'll pay for it all. It's fine, or I'll at least pay for mine." He's like, "No."
I was like, "No, I got it." And I'm thinking, "Ooh, I hope I ain't got to get called in next week. I'm gonna have to borrow some gas money from Mama."
And then one of our first dates, we went to Ruby Tuesday.
Yeah, I had a coupon.
Well,
hey.
So the story is, he was like, do you want to go to, I think we were probably dating for like a month. He was like, do you want to go to, you ever been to Ruby Tuesdays? I was like, no, I've never been. He's like, well, we'll go there.
There's probably a reason behind that.
And I was like, oh, okay. And I was like, why do you want to go there? He's like, well, I got a coupon. So I think it was like buy one meal, get one free.
No.
Something like that.
It was like buy an entree, get an entree half off, probably.
Yeah, and then I think we both.
Because if it was buy one, get one free, I'd have used that a month before I met you.
And then we went there. I think we both got an adult beverage. And then he was like, well, I'm going to get up and hit this salad bar because it's free or something like that. I don't know.
Took me a to-go box, a salad.
But
never stepped into a Ruby Tuesdays.
It's actually not that bad. It used to be really good, and then they went downhill.
I feel like they don't have salt or pepper.
But they had a killer salad bar back in the day with like the soft croutons.
What is a soft crouton? Isn't a crouton hard bread?
Yeah, but they had soft croutons.
So wouldn't that just be
soggy
cubed bread?
Yeah, but it wasn't that soft.
Okay. So then that's a regular.
It was like chewy.
So it's sort of stale.
Kind of like Cracker Barrels when you get them fresh.
That's
Yeah.
another,
Cracker Barrel got some good
that's another
croutons.
place
Cracker
I've
Barrel
never
does.
stepped a foot in. So
Cracker Barrel?
no, my best friend gets to.
You
go-
are black and haven't been to Cracker Barrel?
There's a reason. Have you heard the name?
That's the first I've heard that before.
Oh my god.
I'm sorry.
I love it.
Not really. No, I don't know. My best friend goes and he gets the. Apparently, you can only get their like fried chicken.
Your
on
chicken
Sunday.
fried chicken,
But
baby.
you can only get it on Sundays or something like
with
that, or the weekend or something like that. Well, he
No,
gets,
you can only get the cod on Friday.
yeah, fried fish on
he
Friday.
gets something he can only get on the weekends. I don't know what it is. I thought it was chicken, but he. Shout out to Mac. He eats a lot, so at that point, he probably gets that and then something else, right? But he'll like, we'll all get on PlayStation at like 8:00 in the morning. He's like, man, just put this DoorDash in for this, Cracker Barrel, and he does it every week. Well, one week his car wasn't where it needed to be, so he calls me. He said, "You hungry?" I'm like, "What's up?" I thought we were going to IHOP or something like that. And he's like, "Bro, I gotta go get this Cracker Barrel." He said, "I got you if you want it." And I was like, "Nah, I'm cool." I went into Cracker Barrel one time, and I got a grape soda. Again, funny.
They sell grape soda.
They used to, and it came in a bottle.
Oh yeah. And the
That's-
orange.
That's all I got. I didn't get nothing else. Could not eat any. I was scared. There's a lot of old people I've never seen before on their walls. Like, whose family is this? Like at Cracker Barrel, it's like, whose family are we looking at? It's
Yeah.
not the Cracker Barrels. So who are these people? Like, and they just stare at you all happy.
Oh yeah. If you ain't a normal and it ain't like they just
No.
kind of look at you
I
like,
also don't understand why Southern
"This your
cooking.
first time, Jimmy?"
I'd probably just get up and walk out.
Where is your favorite right now?
Favorite restaurant? Chili's.
Oh yeah, we talked about this.
Yeah, that's where we're going next weekend.
baby back, baby back, baby back. Dang, that hurts.
Your favorite restaurant right now is Chili's?
My little
I've
sister.
only
We don't even
had
have it.
once.
Oh,
I've
Yeah, it's
only
on
had it
campus.
once. No, that's no Malls now.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I've
I've only had Chili's once, but they have the appetizer trio.
Oh, yeah, that's really good. Yeah.
Appetizers are
You get their burgers. We had, she got their burgers. That was really good.
I had to drive to Nashville to take her and Tiffany to Chili's, and we get to Chili's, and like, I'm like, what is this?
The one in the mall?
Yeah, like, what is this hullabaloo? Like, what? Like, I don't know what it is. And they had the Santa Fe Fiesta little egg rolls.
Yeah.
I was happy. So she can go to Chili's, but I'm only getting egg rolls. Like,
Yeah.
you get the trio where you get to pick the three things. I'm picking 3 egg rolls. That's what I want. It's 6 egg rolls, but
Yeah.
that's what I'm getting.
Where's your favorite lunch spot that we go currently?
local.
Local Taco for sure. We hit up Local Taco at least
Once a week.
once a week.
That queso. I don't eat out. So pre-COVID, I didn't eat out. The reason why I don't eat out,
We be eating out all the time because she don't know how to cook.
I don't like hearing other people's conversation while I'm eating. Like, I'm probably the most, it sounds bad, I'm probably the most depressed eater in the history of the world. But I'm enjoying myself.
Oh, yeah,
I
me
want
too,
my
boy.
Plate on my lap, lights off, the TV on. That's what I want to eat. I don't care about your grandma Glenda's just had surgery, so now we're gonna have, we're all eating out. I don't want to know how you're gonna split your bill. I want to watch wrestling and eat my quesadilla. That's it.
I'm not going to lie. I really like if I DoorDash something and I have a really good plate of food
Yep.
and I like to have my show on
Yep.
and no one bothering me and I'm on the couch.
You're making me hungry.
It's like perfect. It's
do it.
like, I mean, I'm like this, there's nothing better.
We're going to
And
have to
then
get
I-
a snack.
and
I'm
then,
sorry.
And then I got my little dessert after. It's perfect.
We're going to have to DoorDash something.
Like that, the best times when we came over here and we ate that one day.
Oh, yeah.
And then, so he done ate. There's a spread, y'all.
Oh, yeah, we thought
we made the steaks, and I
steaks,
realized that
yeah.
I don't die if I eat
Oh,
medium,
yeah.
medium well meat or whatever. But by the time I pull up, by the time we leave, y'all done ordered ice cream DoorDash, and I figured that stuff melted, and I thought it was great because you ordered ice cream for yourself.
Yeah, a
So
pint.
So you were like, what? So what'd you get us? And you're like, nothing.
Yeah. I was like, well, thanks for asking.
Yeah, I remember because that's when I opened the door and dude looked at me like, and I was like, hey, you're the one that gave us our Walgreens for 50% off. So
Oh yeah, when they had the big.
Oh, that CVS order.
Yeah, Walgreens.
Didn't Target do it too?
Shop at CVS. No offense to CVS.
Yeah, Target had that glitch on their website the other day.
Yeah, she had a cart full of stuff. She had a chair, a table for like $12. Then she went to check out and it was like $455. She's like, darn, they fixed it.
If those would have showed up to my door, I probably would have just left.
She had
without
a good little set.
How much it cost? Oh, I would have probably just got my card.
Well, you should have hurried up before that glitch got fixed and just clicked random stuff. I mean, I wouldn't have cared what showed up. It's free.
Just resell it.
That's what we did with Walgreens. I got a bottle of, was it Louis Vuitton? No, what is it? I can't remember what it is.
Like cologne?
Cologne for $7. And I just added it because it said it was $7.99. It was normally $79.99.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, when Walgreens had that glitch, I was buying like Tide Pods, like.
Oh, yeah,
stuff.
that's when you got us the baby wipes.
Baby wipes.
Because I was
buying
looking, I
stuff-
said, I don't see no baby wipes for like 99 cents on here.
And I was buying Oreos and Chips Ahoy.
Yeah.
She was getting the necessities.
And
like
I was getting
things we need.
And I was getting the bare necessities.
Oh, my God.
She's like taking her time.
Oreos.
Well, we're almost out of laundry soap. Let's get the Tide Pods.
That's why she got nothing. But that's why
they got the good toilet paper. Let's get that.
But that's why she struggled.
I
Because
was
she
gonna
kept
get y'all
adding
diapers,
it and
then I
getting
was
rid
like-
of it and adding it and getting rid of it and adding it. I'm like, you have to check out before it's gone. So then she ordered everything that she ordered in her order and then put another order together and that one got caught.
Oh.
Like,
Wah, wah, wah. Woo. Everybody knows what that sound means. It's game time.
I didn't sign up for this.
We're playing a game?
Yes. Me and Bree found a bunch of questions.
Oh, my God.
We really thought this one out, guys. So yeah, if you hear that tone that in the future, that means game time.
Is that prizes? Like, I mean, if you just let me go back in your pantry and get another bag of chicken.
Oh, real quick before we even get started in this stuff. So her uncle Rick came over today and he is red neck. Okay. I'm talking, he takes electric golf carts and makes them into gas golf carts.
Whenever gas shot up years ago,
This dude drove his lawnmower.
it takes him literally 15 minutes to get to work in his car. But he was like, this is ridiculous. I'm not spending this much in gas. He drove his lawnmower to work that day and back. It took him 3 hours there and 3 hours back.
No.
His riding lawnmower.
Probably burn more.
So he's talking about some crazy funny stuff today, and I was cracking up. I'm like, man, Rick, you'd be perfect to be on a podcast. He
Oh,
goes,
man, he would.
he goes, oh yeah, sounds nice. How much it pay? What? He's like, that sounds good. How much it pay?
Tell him
I
about
said,
the
get
time.
out of here.
Tell him about the time we called him and pranked
What
him.
was that radio station?
98.
The Big Dog.
The Big Dog.
So I Bluetoothed them in on my Roadcaster, and I had music playing. I was like, hey, Rick, what's his last name?
Buster.
I was like, hey, Ricky Buster, the guys put your name in a drawing, and this is such and such over here at the Big Dog here in Campbellsville. And he was like, oh, yeah. I was like, if you could answer this one question, you will win. And I looked up like the new latest and greatest John Deere lawnmower. It was like
The zero turn.
I was like, you win a zero turn, X amount of radius, something horsepower.
What was the question we asked him?
It was, what is the closest planet to the sun? And he said, oh, hell. He's like, he goes, Deborah, the radio station's called. What's the closest? He's like, I was like, but you got to answer it right now, Rick. And I was like, what's the closest planet to the sun? What is the closest planet to the sun?
I don't know, Mercury?
There you go.
Oh.
He said, Jupiter.
Or something.
And I said, we got us a winner. And he goes, hot dog. And I was like, you just won a something tractor turn.
He goes, Deborah, I just won this. And then he goes, tell us who your favorite radio station. He goes, the Big Dog.
He was so upset whenever we told him it was just a prank.
He He was mad. Oh my god.
He was so mad, but oh my god,
He
priceless.
had already cut his yard 47 times.
Oh, he was planning it out. He was like, "Oh, I gotta go to Lowe's, gotta pick it up."
But the funniest part was when Daniel's like, well, tell everybody listening who what's your favorite radio station. He goes, the Big Dog. Like, he put everything he had into
He was like,
it.
"This is my time to shine, baby." Oh my god, it was so funny. So, game time. So, there's a couple questions here, some funny ones and some that are moving. But the first question I think would be fun because I think you would have a really good answer to this. And Bree popped off with the perfect answer while we was at work. But if aliens landed on Earth, how would you greet them? I figured this would be right up your alley.
First off, I'm gonna be the first one there. I want to be the first one there because they're either gonna get rid of me and I don't have to live with this, or I'm gonna be like, they did it. And when I say they did it, I'm pointing at the people from the islands of Caucasus.
The white folks.
The white folks. I'll be like, they did it. Trust me, they don't like us either, so just and then if that don't work, then probably gonna ask them if they play the game. I don't.
What did you say whenever I asked it?
Take me with you.
That's what Bree said. Over the guys, I was reading the question. She goes, I said, how would you greet him? She goes, take me with you.
I think it's one of us. I think one of us are aliens.
I'm going to be like, you are real. That would be me, probably. Your turn.
Oh, it's for all of us?
Yeah.
I would say I come in peace.
Oh my gosh.
And they are gonna laser you like.
Yeah, they're going to be like, me too.
I would be like, I don't know. Just do
Give them a phone. Say phone home.
All right, so here are some like couples questions. So we'll do questions for y'all and then the same questions for us. So for you guys,
I gotta take my earrings out. Excuse me, guys.
we ain't fighting.
No,
It's just
I mean,
the headphones are bothering me.
so who spends more money on unnecessary items?
no, that's not true. That's not true.
Okay.
She nickels and dimes. She nickels and dimes. So she gets on Shein. She nickels and dimes. She does this. Me, I spend $200 one time. But Fortnite doesn't count. Fortnite doesn't count. And the reason why Fortnite doesn't count is because I'm spending $20 on skins instead of $80 on a new game.
So you play Fortnite often?
I play Fortnite all the daggum time.
Why haven't we played together?
Because you're very family friendly when you get shot, and I am not.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Oh, you're talking about...
Not while I'm streaming.
Oh, bet. Add me.
She's like, let me guess.
No.
Horse.
No.
I'm like, yes.
You did send me one video one time, and I was like, yeah, no. I hated Fortnite, and I got a friend named Cheeks. Shout out Cheeks. Go check out his song. It's called Scales. But I'm gonna send him this part just so he knows that we all gonna win today. But he would call me. He'd be like, "You wanna play Fortnite?" And I'm like, "No, I don't want to play Fortnite. I'm gonna play Madden." He'd be like, "You wanna play Fortnite?" And he'd do it every day. And then one day he goes, "Man, oh my daddy, I'm never playing Fortnite with you ever." And at that point, I was like, "I'm playing Fortnite from now on." And then we got into we're grown men, okay? I'm an adult. He's an adult. We got in a fight over the Raptors.
Oh, yeah.
I
love those things.
I didn't know that I thought you pickaxe the egg because of the fact that it's an egg.
You can hatch it.
I know, with your hand, like this. But I hit it with a pickaxe, and he had almost hatched the egg. And I've never been cussed out to that degree ever in my life. So, yeah, I play it all the time.
We got to play together.
I got you, because I hate playing solos, because I get shot as soon as the match
I like
starts.
playing solos sometimes just because I don't even know.
Yeah.
It's just fun, I guess.
Yeah.
So, who spends...
Wait. Listen to the question, though.
Yeah, who spends more money on unnecessary items?
Unnecessary items.
Like Funko Pops.
No, but it's fair. It's fair.
Figurines.
Who makes the money?
Bree said it's figurines.
Who makes the money to be able to do that though? So yeah,
They're not just figurines; they're my life.
they're literally my life. I could be spending that on
I want a Cadence Funko Pop. Like I want to get.
they make customs now.
Someone in like California or
Like, no, it's a website. You go to Funko, and then it's like create your own, and you can make your own.
Oh wow,
Funko
that's
Pop.
neat.
Yeah,
I want a
didn't know that.
Cadence and Eli Funko Pop.
and you literally like you can do that, and you can do it, commercially. Too.
And then I
Like,
want
if
to
you
patent
unless
it.
you wanted it for yourself.
Yeah.
Now, if you wanted them to like, you can get them to make you a mass amount of Funko Pops.
Put them on our website.
Or it's like, what is YouTube's?
What
or
about
something?
between us, honey? Who
Now,
spends-
I won't lie, I do spend a good amount of money, but I'm constantly buying food, personal items, so on and so forth. Unnecessary items, that's going to be this guy over here.
Like what?
First of all, that monitor for your streaming over here, you could have just continued to stream in the living room.
I have 3 monitors.
You didn't have to have that monitor. That wasn't a necessity. We didn't necessarily need this rug in here.
You're just saying that because you don't like it.
It's a nice rug.
It is nice.
I mean, you will randomly say, "Oh, we need a bigger TV, honey." I mean, and you'd be willing to.
Time's up. All right, next question.
You think you're funny.
It's a valid point because I feel like we need a new TV now too.
Who is more likely to get lost while driving?
Definitely me.
Definitely you.
No,
What?
I would like to disagree because here's my reasoning. When you use GPS, when I use GPS,
Yeah, it's true because
if I have the GPS on, I can read the GPS and I'm totally fine. If he has the GPS on, he's like, honey, you're not helping me with the GPS. What are you doing? You're just sitting there. You're supposed to be reading it
are
for
we
me.
the same person?
A little bit. Mine's a little bit different. I don't get GPS is giving me anxiety when it's time to get to the exit.
Yeah, because all the new roads pop up everywhere, and then the GPS is saying this way, but you see an extra road, and
And you're like, which one do you take?
Well, I see the same exact thing that you see. And then if we take the wrong
But I'm
road,
trying to pay attention.
He's like, honey,
Yeah.
blaming it on me. And it's like, well, I'm looking at the same
we
thing
got
you
lost
are.
going to the haunted house here like a week and a half or 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
I have photographic memory, so it's hard for me to get somewhere. But when we come back, I'd run the GPS for maybe 30 seconds. To get
Without
over.
GPS, she would get lost while driving.
Oh, yeah. She gets.
She
lost.
takes the longest way in town. I'm like, where are you going?
But
She'll
I
be
don't get lost.
Right, but you go the scenic route. That means the long way, right?
Yeah. Good job. Proud of you.
The last Bowling Green exit really.
The scenic route.
She calls me at work.
No, so I had the GPS on. I had the GPS on.
To get off of a Bowling Green
You're gonna
exit
love
where you live.
You're gonna love this. You're gonna love this.
So the last exit where you like, if you keep going straight, the next thing you hit is Franklin.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm trying to get off on that exit. Well, I didn't think that was my exit. So I just kept going. He's
Oh,
like,
you
"Where
probably are
you?"
in Franklin.
She calls me at work
I was
because I
already
needed her.
on the phone with you.
Oh, okay. So she was going to the post office to drop off some candles, and or to do something at the post office for that. And I'm on the phone, and she's like, "I missed the exit. I missed the exit." And I'm like, "What are you talking about? Like, there's only like 6 in Bowling Green. Like, you can't miss it." I'm going to Franklin.
I had to go all the way to Franklin.
Oh, yeah, because there's no turn. Like, there's no
Remember,
turnaround.
that's what happened to me. Like, I knew where I was supposed to turn, but I wasn't paying attention. The kids were in the car, and it's just like overstimulation. And then I look up, and I'm like, oh, gosh. I said, I'm headed to Franklin because there's literally nowhere. I mean,
My favorite part is she says, "I gotta pee."
Next question. Who snores louder when they sleep?
This one.
This is where me and Bree are probably the same person. My snoring has gotten better.
Hers has not.
Is it bad?
It is the worst thing in the world. No offense. I'm happy for you. No. Sleeps 2 rooms over, right? Because we no longer share a bed because of the fact that I cannot go to sleep. I can hear her from the front of the house, and I'm at the back of the house, and literally just goes in.
What does it sound like?
All right, so there's 3. All right, so there's
3.
Yeah, I know.
So is it like if she's exhausted, it's this one?
Yeah,
or?
so on exhausted it's more of it's a Like it's normal. It's just because she's tired, right?
It could be yours.
Yeah. Then when she has issues like with her tonsils or whatever, it is. Kid you not. Kid you not. Like, and then the one that I hate more than anything.
Is this the whistler?
No, this is on her. This is on her back, but the bed's not comfortable. It's.
Is that a real one?
Yeah, and then this is my favorite part. You'll get. And I'm like, excuse me?
Oh my god!
Like, excuse me, like, and I'll go, hey, wake up. She'll do that, and then I'll be like, hey, you gotta go sleep in her room or go sleep on the couch. Okay, I'm sorry. And then she gets up and like leaves everything there, and then by the time I'm falling asleep, you just in the living room because on the couch it's just on the couch. That's her couch one. And like I'm like, really? So the other day, I was like gonna let her dog out or whatever. So her dog was asleep, and her dog snores the exact same way, but they are asleep, face to face, going like
you and the dog.
Yeah.
I can't. I'm like I can't do it. I know I snore, but I have like classic black man snore where it's just my mouth's open and.
Oh my god!
And but as soon as I turn over, it's gone, and it lasts just a little bit, right? I'm also a awake snorer. Y'all know what that is?
No.
I get so focused on what's going on. I am wide awake, like looking at you the way that I'm looking at you right now, and and I cannot hear it. So like if I'm watching wrestling, I'm playing the game, I'm doing anything, she'll be like, "Wake up!" And I'll look at her, I'm like, I am wide awake.
Oh my
and she's
God.
like, "You're snoring," and I'm like, "My bad."
I'm just breathing hard.
I actually took your advice not too long ago. He kept snoring and snoring and snoring. And I was awake for a good 3-4 hours.
Yeah.
And then the night before, I didn't get any sleep because of it. I was like, you know what? And I kept waking him up. I said, I'm done with this. I'm over it. I grabbed the baby monitor, grabbed my pillow, took out the extra fan. I said, I'm sleeping in the guest room.
And I went like this.
And as soon as I got in there, I slept like a baby.
Best sleep you ever had.
It was,
I feel so bad when I kick her out. I feel so bad, but it is the best sleep. It is a physiological thing where my body is like, you have slayed that demon.
yes.
Now sleep, young prince.
Yeah.
And it is amazing. And then she, the next morning, she's always just on the couch, just out. And I'm like, you good? And she's like, yeah, I'm sorry. I'm like, no, you're fine. Like, I'm wide awake. It's 7:30. We're about to clean this house. Let's go. Like,
But what makes me mad more than anything is when I'm like, babe, wake up, you're snoring. He goes, no, I'm not. And I'm like, yeah, let me just wake you up at 2 a.m. for absolutely no
No,
reason
I'm
whatsoever.
awake.
Or you
I
say,
know, like I hear you say,
then you must
babe.
be snoring while you're awake.
No, I'm just laying there. It's probably I'm just breathing hard.
So you're laying there awake going, I mean.
No, there's no way because I hear you get ready to say, honey, turn over, wake up or whatever.
Then you're obviously breathing heavily.
That's probably what it is.
That needs to get checked out. I mean.
you still got your tonsils?
Yeah.
I told her that's the next thing. She's getting those.
Oh, he needs to. He produces stones that are the size of a dime.
No, they're not that big.
Yes, and it's like an everyday thing, and he's like constantly.
She came in. I got home. She was
You ever had a tonsil stone?
No.
no.
it's a
you
thing.
You thought you did though, because
I did think I did.
the other day.
But he said it's normal. I said that is not
very
normal for
normal.
people to produce tonsil stones.
If
on
you
a
have
daily
big holes
basis.
in your tonsils.
No, you're still not supposed to have stones like that.
I got mine cut out when I was.
I
2,
said you're
so
supposed. I said that right there. You need to have your tonsils removed because that's
She
bacterial.
came and took my water. She came and took my water pick. She came in and she's like, "Do you have a water pick?" And I was like, "Yeah."
Oh, I would gag.
That's one of those useless things I bought because it was on sale. And
A water pick's actually very beneficial whenever you have braces.
yeah, I got mine because I don't know what I just bought it. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Just because you can't stick
Go
floss
back to
in
question
between
number
the
one.
wires.
It's me. It was me the whole time.
All right, so who takes longer to get ready for a night out?
What you mean a night out?
Like just say you
Just in general, who takes longer to get ready?
Oh, let's talk about today. Come in here, okay? I got home from work.
threw that bonnet on.
This bonnet on, threw this shirt on,
said,
changed his
ready to
pants.
go.
And I said I was ready to go. She told me, I need a time to know we get there. She's just standing in the kitchen. Like, ain't got no socks on, ain't got no shoes on, ain't got nothing. You might understand this.
You said that when you got home, you were going to have to go use the bathroom.
Well, I changed my mind.
He didn't do that.
That's what Bree told me. She was
So
like,
did you poop or not?
I did not.
Oh.
yeah. I was like, what time are y'all going to come over? And she
Hold
was
on,
like,
wait,
after
so-
Ty uses the bathroom.
So you have to poop when you get home from work every day?
Basically,
Yes.
yes.
Why?
Because I have to. Because I'm normal.
I think it's
flow
just
normal.
his decompression hour because it's at least an hour.
Like, do you
No.
hold it when
No,
you're at work or
no,
something?
No, so a normal...
He can't use public bathroom.
No, yeah, I do. A normal at work anyway. A normal human body, you gotta think about it like a machine. When you eat something, you push it out. The people who hold it in for 3-4 days and then don't go to the bathroom, you're broken. You need some fiber, some probiotics.
I must be broken. I don't hold it in. I just have a problem.
No, if I eat,
oh, she's got a problem, all right. She takes laxatives.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have to take laxatives one time a week because I will not go for days.
Have you ever poured a bowl of cereal out in the toilet? Did your mom ever have you do that?
no,
Boy, you didn't eat all your cereal, go pour it in the toilet.
no.
That's what we did as kids.
I was.
It's a bad sound.
See how big I am?
Cheerios or Cocoa Puffs and milk hitting that water and just.
We have two separate bathrooms. And when she has to go to the bathroom, I clear out.
I said, "Are you peeing in there?"
No,
She said, "No." I said, "Good God,
no,
you need help."
no, I can't.
She thinks I need to get my tonsil stones looked at. She needs to go get her canal looked at.
You need some probiotic. Women poop too.
I do take a probiotic. I've taken a probiotic.
It is.
I take everything. Trust me. It's just
Honest to God, I can't tell her pee from her poop.
Oh my God.
the sound.
Oh my.
He's talking about the sound.
Yeah,
that
the
he
sound,
hears
the sound.
me.
It's not the smell or anything.
What's it called? That
Diarrhea.
no. That bowel problem people have.
IBS.
So IBS runs in my family. My mom has it. My great aunt has it.
So that
I
means
have
you
it.
have it.
No, we just have a problem. Like, none of us go on a daily basis. We never have. And I mean, that's just how we
I
are.
hate that.
I go 3 times a day.
I go, well, ever since I
wake up.
it depends on what I eat. Sometimes, like if I eat healthy, it's like, it could be a couple days. It's
Well,
weird.
Lettuce
Only high
from Jimmy
protein-
John's.
Yeah, that lettuce from Jimmy John's, though, that's deadly. I swear it's 2 different types of lettuce they use.
No, it's not. They actually break it and then they.
That's
take
what
the-
we found out. But Bree was like, y'all are lying.
Jimmy John's rips the middle bread out of your bread.
Yeah.
Do they really?
Yes.
We saw him do it the other day.
Had
Why?
the nerve to tell me it saves me 70 calories for you to take $3 worth of bread off out of. I went
So
over
when
there-
they make your sandwich,
They make your sandwich. The little dude, he puts a glove on. He goes and he rips all the bread out the middle because it holds the sandwich together. No, you just cost me $2 in a recession.
then why even give me a sandwich then?
Exactly.
I like the fluffy part of the bread.
Yeah, like I hate it. I'd rather have a flatbread.
No, just give me the crust.
Yeah, that's essentially what it is.
They do got some good bread, though.
Give me the end of the bread.
Yeah. I threw the butts away yesterday.
Well, my answer is you definitely take longer to get ready.
Yeah.
And speaking of getting ready, I saved this just for the show. So I wake up on Friday to get ready for work. Okay. Walk in the bathroom. I wash my face, wet my hair. I go get
Honey, my camera went off. We need to take a quick break.
We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back. What's up, guys? We are back. We got the camera problem fixed. And I just learned what a bidet does. So that's kind of cool. But anyways, so...
What about Friday?
Okay, so yeah. I wake up Friday to get ready for work. Go in there, wash my face, wet my hair, and my hair, so when my hair is this short, I have to use a blow dryer.
I think I already know where this story's going.
Yeah. So I open and it's 5:15. I mean, it's early. Open the little cabinet to get the blow dryer. It scares the hell out of me because her extensions are hanging there. Oh, my God. And she just got extensions. So I thought they was in her hair. I opened it and I was like, oh, my, I thought it was a squirrel crawled up in our cabinet and was coming at me because when
my extra extensions, they were
because
expensive.
when I
so they're on a
open it,
hanger.
listen, when I open it, they do this like, and I thought something was lunch. I was like,
I was thinking about that before I went to bed. I was like, I wonder if I should put those in my closet.
you should have because it scared me.
Was that the morning all I heard were drawers just banging?
Yeah, because I couldn't find anything. She reorganized the bathroom. Okay, so we have a his and her sink. I have my set of drawers. She has her set of drawers, plus this big cabinet thing. And I don't know why she decided to reorganize and put her stuff with my stuff. What's the point of a his and her sink?
If you're sharing.
If you're sharing, like, I'm last night I'm like, hey, where's my this? And she's like, it's in this drawer. And I'm like, with all your perfume, like, what was the reason?
I told you. So I have like a stockpile of Bath and Body soaps and body washes and body sprays that I've gotten on sale.
Sounds like an unnecessary item to me.
And anyways, and I don't want to keep them in the garage because they were in this big tote and they kept falling over and busting and stuff. And I was like, I'm not having Bath and Body stuff break and everything. And so I put all of your body washes and my body washes and body sprays up in our cabinet. And then I just reorganized everything because that was so much just empty space just sitting there. And I'm like, I could fill these drawers up with stuff.
I think I probably already know the answer to this one. This is who always has the last word in an argument. No, you think it's me, but it's you because you always say something slick when you walk off.
No, you're talking about yourself there, bro.
No.
Because I'll say something and be like, okay, you're right. Okay.
Who's talking now?
We're about to find out, aren't we?
Yeah, exactly.
See?
I think you just proved this point.
What aggravates me is we'll be arguing, or I'll say something and he'll be like, just like yesterday, I know you better than you know yourself. I know you better than you know the back
What
of
am I
your
thinking
hand.
about right now?
I'm not a mind
I'm
reader.
hungry.
Yeah, when are you not?
Cheesecake.
And anyways, yesterday I said something. He goes, and I said, what are you huffing and puffing at me for? What did I say? He goes, I'm not at you. I'm puffing because it's hot.
Yeah, it was
And
burning
I
up.
said, oh, yeah, how convenient right after I said something to you that made you mad.
Yeah, I
You
popped my shirt. I was editing.
I said, don't try to act like you're
I
slick.
popped my shirt and I said,
No, you didn't say, like it's hot. You go, ugh.
I said,
No, he did not. It wasn't a, it was a, ugh.
it wasn't it's hot.
Yeah, it was. It was,
I said,
like you're aggravated. Get out of here. Quit playing.
she has the last word. I'm not talking to you right now. I'm talking to the camera.
I'm done.
That's
Winner, chicken dinner.
See, you just tried to get the last word in.
No, I'm just,
See?
this is ab-lib.
Uh-huh.
All right.
we didn't even get to say.
Yeah.
No.
I think she pointed. Who does get the?
It's 100% me because we don't argue, but like my family, we yell to talk. So like we have conversation, we yell to talk. So normally like I'm just talking like this, but I'm louder than that. And then she starts crying and I'm like, what are you crying for? And then she's like, oh, and I'm like, what? I'm sorry. Like I didn't mean for you to be upset from that.
You apologize?
No. I just said that for the camera. You ruined it.
Yeah, don't look at me like.
Because you never say you're sorry.
I do.
No, you don't.
I do too.
No, you don't.
I make a big deal when I apologize. I'm like, I don't do this. This is number 4. Like, because I think we're like up to 4. I think we're at my 4th apology.
You should always say you're sorry.
No, but I'm not.
Last question. If you had, that's definitely not the word. If life, that's the word, gave you one do-over, what would you change? We'll go around the room. I can't do a cricket noise.
I mean, I know mine, but I wanted y'all to go first. 'Cause I want to see. How
I feel
stupid
like
mine is.
I think mine would be, if I had one do-over, I would take what I know now and apply it to my younger me.
Well, you can't do that.
Duh.
It's saying, no. It's saying if you had one do-over, like if you could go back in time and do something different. That's not doing anything different. You're trying to say, oh, hey, future self, give me all of your knowledge. Like, we're not talking about...
That's what I would do different.
That's not physically possible. We're talking about something that's physically possible. Like, if you could go back in time right now and...
Okay, well, what would you do?
I would probably go to medical school.
Huh. Interesting. For what?
To be a doctor.
Oh. Sounds good.
Or a dentist.
Crentis the dentist.
Oh my God.
What about you, Ty?
So I would probably take football more seriously. Probably would have, as crazy as it sounds, I probably would have lived with my dad in high school to play football for one of the big, like, Illinois
Did he
schools.
play football?
No, my dad played basketball. He actually was going to play basketball for Arkansas. I actually have the jersey they gave him on his recruitment, but he didn't want to finish English 4 over the summer, so he didn't go. But I probably would have focused on football, and I probably would have tried to have the confidence that I have now in myself in high school.
You can't do that. It's physically not possible.
No, he's saying something different. You're saying, I would take all the knowledge I have as my adult.
Well, you know what I'm trying to say about me, you know.
Yeah, I
really don't know
I
what
think
you were
what he's
trying
trying
to
to say is when we were in high school and we were younger, there's a lot of things that people were trying to tell us or things that we should have known that we sort of ignored. So that knowledge he probably had back then, right? So for instance, you're not supposed to push a kid down, like push somebody down. So I would have went back and not pushed somebody down. Well, that's using knowledge you know now because he can't come and push me down.
So pretty much you're saying you would have listened.
Yeah. I would have listened more to some of the older people that were, telling me, hey, you need to be ready for this, or you need to make sure you're doing this to get ready for that, or study more,
taking things more serious.
Yeah, I'd have probably done that.
I think for me, it would probably be having a plan B for when I graduated high school.
Yeah, she should have went to college like I told her to do, but she didn't listen to me.
Because I was originally going to MTSU.
And she was in, and she was doing great.
Music business.
Oh, that's cool. So what is that?
Like just going to school to be like band manager.
Oh.
Stuff like that. Producer.
Were you a bandy?
I was an orchestra kid.
Ooh. What's an orchestra kid? I'm about to choke this mic.
I played strings. So like
oh yeah, you were cello.
Cadence
no,
right.
No, I played bass.
Oh yeah, cello. It's a bass.
I played bass all through high school.
Do you have a bass?
I have a bass guitar. I sold my double bass.
Oh.
But yeah.
Do you want to be in my band? I got a guitar.
Yeah, but then I decided that I didn't want to do that because the acceptance rate for actually getting into the program was very high, like low, I guess. Like they only had 10 spots. So even if I made perfect grades, there was only 10 people going.
Dang.
Gotcha.
So,
Did you make good grades in high school?
Yeah.
I felt like you would.
Yeah.
I feel like y'all, I didn't. I just did average.
Can I change my answer?
Nope. It's locked in.
I would go back and be the person to invent Google.
yeah.
Can't do that. It's physically not possible.
I would have bought Tesla stock.
I would have said what I said a while ago.
I would have came up with Apple.
No, Apple's before you were born.
Whoops, wrong button.
No, it wasn't.
I promise you.
All right, guys.
Came out with Google then.
She would have came out with Google. Hey, guys, thanks
It would have
seriously
been called Woogle.
for Whitney.
Yeah.
Woogle. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for coming on tonight. I appreciate it. I love you guys both. You're my best friends, and I don't have many. And honey, of course I love you. I'm married to you. Anyways, guys, thanks for tuning in. Yet another episode of After School with the Lawsons. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. That's most important. And don't forget to tap the bell icon because when you turn on all notifications, you get notified every single time we post brand new videos. Be sure and check out our merch. We got some good deals going on this Black Friday going into the holiday season. So we got beanies, jackets, long sleeve pants. We got it all. Just check it out
Greens, tomatoes, ham.
at theawesomelawsons.com. Anyways, I guess we'll see you next time.